Greetings, everyone. This is Zenobia Parks. This is Wifey Life. And while many of you were sleeping last night, I revealed some truth about myself. In the wake of President-elect Donald Trump and the tension of our nation and the divides between man, woman, race, gender, and creed, if we can't come together and talk about those issues, our country will never change. Last night I shared a little bit more detail that I too was a victim of consensual rape, which means that because I knew my assailant and said no, no charges were filed. No one was held responsible, and my no didn't mean anything 20 years ago. So I say this to keep the women encouraged that we don't have to hide in the shadows. We don't have to be ashamed of mistakes that we've made. But we do have to acknowledge that we do have scars and that we are hurting and that we think people don't understand where we come from. How do you think my husband feels knowing that someone violated his wife before we said I do? And what he had to go through mentally with me to get to the point where I felt comfortable and safe enough to even allow him to touch me without crying. These are real issues. This happens. 1 out of 15 women. 1 out of 15. So 14 people stayed quiet. 1 person spoke up. So you take those 14 women and times it by however many registered sex offenders are in your neighborhood, however many criminals get released from prison for being pedophiles, and they get to live right next door to your daughters. Like, if we're not more afraid of our children, nobody will. I watch Facebook and look at Twitter and Instagram all day, not to follow adults, but to see what our children are talking about. I have 2 boys that have to grow up to not just be men, but to be respectful, to know what to do, to be respectful, to not hurt women, to not hurt people with their tongue, to be courteous. That is our jobs as parents. That is our jobs as people. That is our jobs as Americans. It doesn't matter what color we are. We're all having children. We're all producing the next generation of people. So we have to get out and we have to speak up. We have to get out to our communities. We have to get out and just be there for each other. Because going through this by myself has not been easy. The load that my husband had to carry has not been easy. The shame that my parents had to carry has not been easy. And the point that it happened to me has not been easy. But guess what? I'm still here. And guess what? I'm stronger for it. And I'm here as a voice because I have purpose. And I am not ashamed to speak up and speak out. But there are areas and neighborhoods that are dangerous because we don't say anything. Because we don't protect our children at the best that we can. That we don't call them. We think that at the age of 13, just because their mouths have become more grown than their bodies and their mental state, that we let them go. And we can't do that. I know it's hard. I know it's frustrating. But our girls can start having babies at 16, and we've been having babies since the beginning of time. So, this is not a cry of sadness. This is a cry of rejoice. This is a cry of, I don't have to live in the dark anymore over something that someone had violated me and took my trust. And getting trust back is a long road. Being able to feel confident within your own skin takes time. And being able to know what your purpose is, only God can give you that if you're listening. So I only want to share this with you all today because what are we waiting for? We can do all things through Christ that strengthens us. So let's get it. Let's break down walls. Let's break down barriers. Let's do what we need to do. Everyone, men, women, children, teens, it's so much talent and so much love out here in the world to be so sad over the wrongdoings of other people. That's my message to you today. My name is Zenobia Parks. This is Wifey Life. Blessings, peace, and love. And have a blessed day.